All right, greetings and salutations. It's your boy D.Boom. We back. New weeks, new energies. Wrapping up. General messages. This is gonna be Twin Flame and Union, reunion, and recognition. So, if you ain't checked out Divine Masculine situation yet, please check that out. If you ain't checked out Divine Feminine situation yet, check that out. Just finished Twin Flames and Separation. Awesome message. Check that out. I'm completing the 4th stage of the general messages. The next 3 days, I'll be doing extended breakdowns for this week, okay? I'm going to break it down every video that I did, so it'll be a total of 8 divine messages this week. Astrology will be wrapping up on the 31st, so if you ain't checked out any of the astrology reads, check those out. I did fire signs, all of them, water signs, all of them, air signs, all of them, earth signs, all of them. If you're watching me, you watching this, you should definitely check out your astrology reading because, you know, it's tight. If you like this, I'm sure you'll like those. So, doing specials. $35 readings, twin flame readings, personal readings, relationship readings, which is basically non-twin flame readings. I'm doing those too. I am a psychic medium. I do medium messages. If you want some, just hit me up to inquire the prices on those. I do dream interpretations too. Those are about $25. Just call me. I mean, if you got my number, call. Hit my information to get some insight and info on the dreams. I do coaching, life coaching. Usually $150, doing $75 this week for those. It's 3 unlimited messages, unlimited time readings. They're live readings, but they're unlimited time. They can go as far as 3 to 5 to 6 hours, depending on the client. In between the first and the final session, because you get 3 of them, you get free unlimited readings, you know what I'm saying? And basically access to me. So you can call me at any time, text me anytime. I'll respond to help you in whatever case you need help with, okay? That's all I want to say. Rant over with. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes rant. And we're going to get this cracking. So, head, that's swords. Thoughts, decisions, mentality, ideology. That's the direction you're going. That's the decisions you're making because everything starts from the mind. Then you got cups. Cups are feelings and emotions. All feelings and emotions are just indicators on where you are going mentally. Heart and mind must be aligned with everything that you do. Rules the heart and mind department. The divine feminine does. Then you got wands. Wands are actions and behavior. Things you're doing, things you've done, not what you finna do because you ain't did it yet. Wands also represent the current, the now, the ing. We live and learning every day. I'm speaking, you listening, the ing. It's the present. Who's the king of wands? The divine masculine. He rules the wands and the pentacles department. Speaking of pentacles, we have pentacles. Persons, places, and things. These things you can taste, touch, see, feel, and hear. All pentacles expire. All pentacles have expiration dates, and all pentacles are temporary. Not just pentacles, your highest height, your lowest low, everything in between, your term, your place, your space, your era. That's a pentacle. Let's get with the message. Overall energy was fairly important. Deals with both masculine and feminine. We got the 3 of Pentacles. And this is the bridge. This is you and another person doing something. You and another person building. You and another person and the common denominator that draws you two together. Like attracts like. The bridge rant. Like I say, we've been bridging since Head Start. You know what I'm saying? Whether you and the first friend you ever made in kindergarten, Head Start, this is the thing you two had in common that made you friends. You and your first relationship, this is the thing you both had in common that brought you together. You know what I mean? This is you and the place that you want to be in life. And this is the place you got to get to where you need to be. This is where you are. This is where you want to be. This is what needs to be done for you to be where you want to be. It's all steps. And as you see, the steps go up. Essentially, ascension. 3s are all about evolution, too. How this deals with the feminine. We got the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups represents enterprise. That's my Pay the Bell card, but we're just going to keep it at enterprise right now. When it comes to enterprise, that's basically getting the necessary steps that you need to do to get to a higher position. You want to be in a better position, having a new trade, getting like further in your education. That's the necessary step that it's going to take to get you to the next level. It could be having one job and another job to get the pentacles, the necessary funds to actually invest in your own business or to invest in yourself. So divine feminine. Right now, you need to get what you need to succeed, survive, and thrive right now. Like I said, you got to get what you need to get what you want. You know what I mean? Might take 2 jobs. Might take a job in a trade. Might take 2 trades. Might take, help. Because we can't do anything by ourselves. That's another thing the bridge teaches us. We can't do anything by ourselves. You're going to have to network. You're going to have to go out there and talk to people. You're going to have to go out there and ask a few questions. You're going to have to network. You're going to have to bump elbows. Especially for my antisocial feminines like myself. I'm divine feminine, by the way. Very antisocial. I look at that shit as dick riding, like networking and socializing just to get the things that I need from people who I really wouldn't normally deal with. But, hey, beggars can't be choosers. Plus, you got to build. So you're going to have to take yourself to the next level. If that involves other people, then do what needs to be done. If that involves more socializing, if that involves more education, if that involves taking more time, more energy, more resources that you don't have to sacrifice to get you to the next level, you got to do what you have to do. One thing about getting to the next level, as long as you can give what you can, best believe God will give you what you need to kind of get you through that hump. But you got to actually go out there and get it first. By you being on the process of trying to get what you need, it's just going to put you in a running of things that you need coming to you. But you can't get what you need coming towards you doing nothing at all. So you got to build. Since it's the Twin Flame Union, Reunion, and Recognition reading, how this deals with you and your Twin Flame situation, Divine Feminine. This is you. This is your Divine Masculine. This is you two putting your heads together. You know what I'm saying? And building something of substance. Something that can really turn into an enterprise or something that's going to be enterprising to you too. 2 heads are better than 1. Like I say, what you have is what the Divine Masculine lacks. What the Divine Masculine have is what you lack, Divine Feminine. By you two putting your shit together as one, you kind of fill voids. You know what I mean? You can do a lot by yourself. But with your divine counterpart, you two are a 2-headed dragon. You know what I mean? So like I said, this is pulling y'all resources together. This is you two staying under one roof, you know what I'm saying? And really building something promising. But really what's need to be built here is an enterprise. Whether that's a nonprofit, whether that's, like I say, a business, maybe it's a program. Maybe you two come together and write a book. Maybe you two come together and do, like I say, a film. Maybe you two come together on the same track. But building, like I say, when you two build together, whatever you build it, there's going to be some divine shit. It's definitely going to be helpful. That's why it's good to see 2 twins on the same social media platform. Especially Twin Flame gurus and stuff like that. It's always nice to see 2 twins in the same area, same building, doing shit. I mean, it's an inspiration for other twins to see, but it's also 2 minds becoming one to build something better. Bottom line, we got evolution, 3 of Wands. And this is also the Divine Feminine's role. Once again, Divine Feminine, it's your role to get from point A to point Z. Divine Masculine role is the 2 of Wands. Divine Masculine role is just to get from point A to point B, from point B to point C, from point C to point D. Once again, Feminine, you are the leader of this expedition. Masculine is the support system of this expedition. Not support as in finances, support as in being your lookout. Let's just say I blow up here in LLE.Ascension and I do a world tour. It'd be best to have my Divine Masculine watch my back. My Divine Masculine is more worldly. He's been around the world. He's traveled a lot. He's been to a lot of countries. So he knows how to move in certain countries as far as me. This will be my first time actually being international, so he can give me the do's and do nots, the hows and how-tos to actually function and move around. He knows what area might need my expertise or might need my services. You know what I mean? And even what markets are out there. But mainly, Divine Masculine is there to be the eyes behind your back. Certain shit you can't see, Divine Feminine, given you move in your heart and mind center. More empathetic. You know what I mean? You got more sympathy and empathy towards certain shit. Masculine, not saying they don't have sympathy or empathy. It's more business orientated with them. So soon you get in your heart and your mind caring and doing shit that's probably going to lose money in this enterprise. Masculine to be there to kind of remind you that, hey, this shit is a business. Get your feelings out the business. Feelings ain't going to get us no paper. You be in your heart and mind, like I say, you caring, you hooking people up. That's just gonna take money out of our pocket. Masculine is always the realist. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna reel the divine feminine in out of her motherfucking feelings in her mind to really let her get to the point at hand. This is a business. We gonna run this shit like a business. You running this shit like a ministry. It needs to be more like a Fortune 500 company. And that's what the masculine does. He just brings reality checks to the divine feminine. Lets her know that, hey, you can't be too trusting on people. You too trusting. You too open. Like, you got to get off that. In order for us to make a dime here, we got to be on business at all times. And that's what the masculine does. He's just a reality checker to bring feminine from La La Land back to reality. From Zion, the 4th dimension, back to the Matrix, where we currently at and making money. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about evolution. You know, divine feminine is going to evolve the masculine to be more in tune with the heart and mind arena, but at the same time, what you two building, divine feminine, masculine's kind of gonna help you with your actions and behavior modification and your manifestation results. Point blank, period. Feminine, coming to the situation, you got the 5 of Wands. This represents outside conflict or twin flame separation. Outside conflict or twin flame separation. Clarifying it, it's outside conflict. 5 of Wands, outside conflict, it's OPP. Other people's problems, other people's issues, you know, other people's drama. You know, it's outside shit. It's what people got to say about you, about y'all, about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's the naysayers. You know, it's outside conflict at the end of the day. And whatever's going outside shouldn't able to deter you from what you're doing inside. And clarifying outside conflict, 5 of Wands, is inside conflict, 7 of Wands. As you see, internal conflict, 7 of Wands, is in more of a higher space than outside conflict. See, at the end of the day, internal conflict, that's your woes, that's your complexes, that's everything that's wrong with you. That's everything that you're working on. This is your dark side. This is the side people don't get to see because it's inside of you. It's not like what's the outside that people see. I was just talking with a friend over the phone. You know, he was giving me a couple tidbits on how I can kind of grow my channel and make it better and shit like that. He was just like, yo, it's all a facade. You know what I mean? You got to make people seem like you got your shit together already so they can buy into the shit that you're trying to do. You got to buy them subs. You got to buy them views. Like, you're going to have to create that atmosphere of promise to bring in what you're trying to bring in. I'm like, man, I hear you. And trust me, I know this shit. But I'm trying to do it right. Like, once again, I will take 2 divine clients over 20 karmic clients any day. You know what I'm saying? I will take a dollar over 100 pennies any day. I will take $100 bill over 100 singles any day. But that's just how I feel. And that's the direction that I'm going with shit. Heart and mind. That's the feminine department. My guy, my homie, he's kind of like a masculine energy. So he's just coming at me with the reality of shit. Well, damn, you know. Don't be tripping over your over less subscribers and less views and shit if you ain't trying to do what you gotta do to really get that shit popping. I mean, to me, that shit is fantasy. To me, that shit is fake. To me, that shit is false. And I'm always living my truth. But at the end of the day, if it is a business, niggas gotta do what niggas gotta do. Feel me? So, feminine, you're starting to see that, you know, what's outside conflict to you might just be internal conflict for you. I'm saying shit one more time for the feminists in the back. What's outside conflict to you might just in fact be internal conflict for you. But hey, you want to grow this business or what? Hey, you want to bust these moves or what? I ain't saying sell out. I ain't saying coon. Because, you know, one thing I do see in this online community is a lot of cooning. You know, if I throw a wig on, do a couple of skits online and shit, do a couple of jigging and bucking and shit like that, I'm pretty sure I can get some traffic and get some motion going. But once again, my feelings and emotions, I feel I don't need to do that shit. But at the end of the day, hey, if you don't correspond or do what you need to do to get shit motion, they all systems and algorithms and shit like that. Like, I don't even fucking work with the algorithms on YouTube and shit like that. Even though I'm seeing a lot of people who do videos on teaching you how to play within these algorithms to make your shit successful. And I'm just analyzing, like, at the end of the day, I think they just buying views and subs and making videos and make it seem like this is what you need to do, but in reality, attracting the traffic itself. They bait traps, even like these thirst trap ass titles and shit like that. Like I said, it'll go coming into the situation of why feminine, the shit that is outside conflict to you may truly indeed be internal conflict for you. Take that how you want. Masculine energy you coming into. You got the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords represents ascension. And what's ascension essentially? It's going up. And what's up, goddess, what's up? Higher you go up, the less people that's going to be around. Higher you go up, the less people that's going to understand you. The higher you go up, the more isolated you're kind of going to be in your current position. Ace of Swords is like the loading chamber in the Matrix. For anything you need to succeed, survive, and thrive in life, it's already presented to you. You just got to attain it. You just got to acquire it. You just got to, in this case, access it. Divine Masculine, you have access to unlimited things. You know? You just got to really acquire these things. You got to really attain these things. But in your case, like I say, has the energy that's been for you in the past 2 weeks, you have to accept these things. It's rules to this twin flame shit. And they come with terms and conditions. And you're going to have to accept them. Like, the main thing Masculine has to accept is, like I say, your role. What's the Divine Masculine's role? To protect the feminine. What's the Divine Feminine's role? Two of Wands is the Divine Masculine's role. Support, survival, protect. Like I say, the Divine Feminine is the expedition leader of this expedition. Masculine is the rock in any movie. Just the guy with the gun protecting the Divine Feminine from the elements, from danger. You're the one with the gun. Divine Feminine is the one with the sword, cutting through the brush, trying to move forward, move this expedition forward. Masculine don't know where he's going. Feminine knows where she's going, or at least have a theory of where she's going, or at least have the map on how to get to where she's going. But like I say, until she technically gets there, it's all theory. Until the Divine Feminine actually gets there. Feminine knows how to get there, but she's got to be protected on her way to get there. She can't keep her eyes everywhere. Her face is forward. Her eyes is forward. She's going to need eyes in back of her. And that's what the Divine Masculine's role is. So masculine. You got to protect the feminine. Believe in your feminine. Support your feminine. That's all. Just support. Support goes a long way. Having confidence in your Divine Feminine goes a long way. Having unconditional love and support, man, that shit to go far. Especially if you ain't been giving that to the feminine. Giving her her propers. Telling her you understand. Giving her that unconditional love that she gives you. Reciprocating basically the stuff that she, or he, because he could be she could be he, you know, I'll be rocking this giving. You know, I'm proud of you from a person you love and respect can go a long way. I love you from a person that you love and admire the most can go a long fucking way. I mean, I'm sure they know you love them, but you telling them, it helps. It's just a little booster. It's like nitro on a nitro booster on the car. The car that goes fast, but by you saying these little things, it's just boosters. It's just nitro boosters. It's gonna take them further or get them a little further than they would be without it. You get my drift. Feminine role. Divine Feminine, you in regards to yourself, personally, we got the Six of Wands. And Six of Wands is victories, wins, and celebrations. So, when it comes to these little battles you've been fighting, Divine Feminine, pretty soon you'll get the victory. If you ain't got it already. Feel like you've been fighting and losing battle, Divine Feminine. Eventually, you're going to get that dub. You're finally going to get that win. You've been grinding so hard. Staying focused, staying steadfast. You know what I'm saying? Not taking your foot off the gas. Not taking time to celebrate anything. Soon, if not already, you'll have something to celebrate. All your hard work, because wands deal with actions and behavior, things you're doing, things you've done. And what you've done got karma accountability attached to it, and what you're doing got karma accountability attached to it. It seems like you're doing shit. It's finally going to come into fruition. But like I said, you got to do things to get things. How do you manifest anything? Through actions and behavior. You can have the plan all day. You can know what direction you want to go all day. You can feel that this is the right plan or feel that this is the right direction. But until you get your feet moving, until you get out here and actually do shit, ain't shit gonna come back to you. Masculine is the king of wands. He's the king of doing shit and manifesting shit. Divine Feminine, you're the queen and king of feeling shit and thinking shit. You know what I'm saying? So you got the right plan, and you feel this is the right plan. Okay, that's cool in the game. What your divine masculine is here to help you do is get your ass moving on this plan to manifest, but also teach you. Okay, you think that's gonna work? Yeah, I feel like I feel this is the right thing to do. All right, masculine kind of knows the result of what you're trying to do. It ain't gonna work out, but he's not gonna tell you it's not gonna work out because then he wouldn't be supporting you and kind of giving you the inspiration that you need and shit. It's like you go out here and do it, and it's like you fall on your motherfucking face. And then the masculine comes and tells you why it didn't work. Well, it didn't work because you didn't do this or this. I keep telling you that this is the way you need to go about things. You keep telling yourself that it ain't that when I'm telling you what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, masculine has foresight. Foresight that the divine feminine does not possess. Masculine has trial and error experience. A lot of trial and error experience that the feminine does not possess. Like I say, what you lack, your masculine has, and what the masculine lacks, the divine feminine has. What masculines need is a little bit more faith and feeling and shit. Masculine's gonna do what works. As far as taking a leap on faith to try to make something new work or try something that's foreign and see if it kind of executes in the right way, that's not the masculine's department. But you getting the masculine more in the faith department is just gonna make him a more efficient masculine. And like I say, masculine getting you in the more doing and manifestation department is only gonna make you a better feminine. Feminine, you need to step into the masculine side. Masculine, you need to step into the feminine side. And from the energies, it seems that that's what y'all doing. Masculine, you in regards to the divine feminine, you got the Two of Wands. Just like I said, bottom line, no supporting card in this message, we had the Three of Wands, and this is the divine feminine's role to evolve or progress whatever you two are building. Like I say, feminine, your job is to get from point A to point Z. Masculine, your job is to make sure feminine gets from point A to point B to point C to point D to point E all the way to Z. Feminine is going to lead you all the way to Z. That's her job. But what you got to do is, like I say, get her from point A to point C. Feminine is like an artist. She's like Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard. Masculine, you the bodyguard. As long as your feminine is Whitney Houston bodyguard, you gonna keep a job. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how she makes money. By going on tour. By going on the road. By touching people. Singing for people. Like, she has to go out into the world and make shit happen. But, in order for her to do these things, she's got to be protected. And just like Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard, she's got stalkers. She's got trolls. She's got haters. She's got things that's, trying to stop her shine, trying to stop her glory. And that's your job, is to, like, give a stiff arm or a high knee to the bullshit, that's trying to keep the feminine from doing what she got to do. Because if she succeeds, you succeed. As long as she's famous and success in what she's doing, bodyguard masculine, you'll keep a job. But if the divine feminine is dead, when Houston dies, then what body are you going to guard, Kevin Costner? Feel what I'm saying? Like I say, it's building. It's you and the divine feminine doing some shit. The feminine is definitely doing some shit. And it's your job to be a part of what she does. Because in reality, a big part of what you do is a big part of what she does. As you will see going into the future. So yeah, Two of Wands. This represents survival. You're a bodyguard. What's your job? To keep people alive. To make them survive. You know what I'm saying? So they can get to the next level. And if they get to the next level, you get to the next level. If she becomes it's like she starts off like doing opening shows and opening up for other people on tours. And the pay ain't really great, but you love her to death. You know what I'm saying? You passionate about her. And you supporting her. In spite of. You could be making more money being a motherfucking security or bodyguard for, I don't know, a more high profile artist. But you have faith in your divine feminine for her to elevate not just herself to a higher platform, but get you to a higher platform. Booyah. She at Beyonce status. Lady Gaga status, Rihanna status and shit. Okay, she making more money. Now you making more money. And you go from being her security to actually being head of security. You got your own security company now. So, like I say, it doesn't just benefit you keeping the feminine alive for her to reach greatness. Your status and your greatness is gonna improve in the process, basically. So that's why you should fuck with your divine feminine. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, she's gonna take you to higher heights on every level. It ain't just about feelings and emotions. It ain't just about relationships and shit. It's definitely about enterprise, which is the first card that came out in this bitch. It's definitely about enterprise and evolution, which you're going to be a part of and become a big part of too. So wrapping this up, feminine, in regards to the masculine, you got the Four of Swords. And this is idle mind. And what's the idle mind? It's a devil's workshop. Why is idle mind a devil workshop? Because divine feminine, you ain't doing nothing. If you in your head, you ain't making no moves. If you in your head, there's no action and behavior getting done. And you're the queen of actions and behavior, aren't you? So if you ain't out here doing shit, then in reality, you losing shit. Time you spend in your head not moving, it's just money getting wasted, just time getting wasted, just resource getting wasted. You too in your head. Like I say, it's good to be in your head. It's good to be in your heart. But if you ain't out here moving, you ain't going to manifest shit. So you need to get the fuck out your head and be more like your divine masculine. Just get out here and start doing shit to manifest shit. Then get in your head about it and then feel something for it. How do divine feminines move? They go down. How do divine masculines move? They go up. When feminine makes it rain, ejaculation and shit, it comes down. You know what I'm saying? Like rain, baby. Hey, when masculines ejaculate, it comes up. This comes up first, and then shit comes up from it. Up. How do masculines move? They just doing shit. They're the king of what? Wands. So they just out here doing shit. And then, boom, a manifestation happens. So they just out here fucking around. Boom, they manifest a baby. From this baby, then they get in their head, oh shit. Let me think about the direction I'm going with this relationship. Let me think about the direction I'm going for the sake of not just my baby mama, but my baby. And then the baby gets born and shit. Now you feeling different. You actual dad now. So now the baby got you feeling different. Now you feel a little different from your baby mama. Like you ain't getting to your heart and mind till post manifestation. But that's how masculines function. They just be doing shit for real. And then shit happens. And from that shit, from that manifestation, then they get in their mind and their heart. They go up, then down. Feminine, you like I said, you have a plan. You knew when you was a little girl what your wedding was gonna be like, what your husband might be, and then you felt like you're in your head, you're going in a direction with motherfuckers, and then you feel like it's right. And once you feel this is the right move to make, then you start doing shit to manifest shit. You know what I'm saying? It goes down for feminine. It goes up for masculine. So masculine is here to make you go up. And you're here for it to go down for your masculine. You know what I'm saying? Because masculine, you in regards to yourself personally, you got the King of Pentacles. And this represents an owner. CEO. Master manifester. An alchemist. A wizard. Motherfucker that can manifest whatever the fuck they want to manifest. But in this case, it's ownership. Once again, fucking with your divine feminine, you was just a bodyguard. Security. Once divine feminine gets where she need to be, and from fucking with your divine feminine the way you need to be, eventually you're going to become the owner of a security team. So now you ain't got to personally work. You can hire other people to work and run the business. Now you ain't got to take risks as a motherfucking bodyguard. You can put other people in that position. But you putting people in position. You the owner. But when it comes to ownership, all accountability falls on you now. You're not protecting your divine feminine. Now you in charge of putting people to protect your divine feminine. But now it's responsibility because you're going to have to choose the right person to protect your divine feminine. They can't protect her the way you could protect her, but you ain't in the position that you once were in. You in a higher position. And with great power comes great responsibility. Like I say, it's cool to 9 to 5 for other people, to work for other owners. Now you are owner, meaning it's a risk. So if it fails, it's all on you. If you succeed, it's all on you. But it's about taking a chance. But that's the accountability lesson that you learn from being an owner. It ain't just business you owning and shit like that. You gotta own up to your feelings that you got for your divine feminine. You gotta own up to your actual role and accountability in this twin flame situation. See, when you ain't fucking with it, you don't have to be accountable for it. Like I say, you a boyfriend, that's cool in the game. If it don't work out, it don't work out. You was just a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? But when you become a husband, when the shit don't work out, it leads to divorce. It leads to alimony. It leads to child support. You know what I mean? A bigger bracket, pinnacle bracket of where you would have been at if you was just, I don't know, a fiance or a boyfriend. Once again, with great power comes great responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? It's time to be responsible. It's time to be accountable. That's the realm that you're dancing into right now. Can't be a boyfriend forever. Can't be a fiance forever. Eventually, you're gonna have to take it to the next level, and that's where you at. Cause guess what? It's karma not taking it to the next level. It's karma for stringing a woman along for years and not being accountable of it. It's, karma to, like I say, lying, saying you're gonna do some shit or man up and do some shit only to not do it. You man up and have a baby, but not man enough to take care of the baby only for another man to come through and be a father to your child. You didn't want accountability for it at first, but imagine the accountability of acknowledging another man for doing a better job of you for being a man to your own men. Future final row, wrapping this shit up. Going to the future divine feminine, you got the 10 of Wands. And this is a temporary ending. It's pumping the brakes on some shit. It's ending something you're passionate about. Or leaving something alone. What are you leaving alone, feminine? Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles represents boss energy. Like I said, King of Pentacles is a owner. Queen of Pentacles would be a boss. You're a boss, but like I say, it's accountability factor. You can lose the company money. You can run the company in the ground by the way you was running it. You just running the business. You don't own the business, so it ain't the accountability. You run the business into the ground. I mean, you're going to lose your job, but the owner going to lose their company. You lost your pay, the money you was getting paid as being the boss in the company. The fucking owner's going to go into default. So once again, accountability goes both ways. And the same right that the masculine is going to have a lot of accountabilities for being a husband, divine feminine is going to be a lot of accountability from you being the bride. It's a big difference from accountability of you being a girlfriend to you being a wife. To you being a stepmother of kids to you being actually the mother of children. Like I say, it's a different echelon a man is with his girlfriend as far as to how he is with his wife. You looking for benefits, you looking for paperwork, you looking for legal shit to secure you in the long run. Okay, you get the benefits as wifey. Unless a motherfucker just super rich and don't want to get married and can have it his way like Burger King. Feel me? Like, certain shit that you looking for comes with being wifey. Your girlfriend. You just fiance. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't just him securing you. It's you securing him. But like I say, I'm sure the job of being a wife is kind of hard. Especially with an insecure guy who's scared of settling down. Who's scared of, like I say, sharing all of his benefits. Because he queued for questioning you. Are you just with me for my money? Are you just with me for my benefits? Or are you just with me for what I could do for you? And you gotta remind the motherfucker, you just forgetting the shit that I do, huh? My role and shit. I'm looking out for your interests just as much as you looking out for mine. I'm securing you just as much as you securing mine. I mean, this is a king and queen thing, right? We running a kingdom. That's what kings and queens run. Kingdoms. Boyfriends and girlfriends just have fun. Kings and queens run kingdoms. So like I say, it's equal. Don't just think that you doing everything or you taking the most risk, putting yourself in this position to get wifed up or some shit like that. Like I say, you got to look at the king's position. How does a queen move on a chessboard? All over the fucking place. How do kings move on a motherfucking chessboard? One space at a time. And they're very defensive. You gotta understand who your king is. You gotta understand what your king's power is. But also, as a queen, bottom line, evolution, you're gonna have to elevate the kingdom. You're gonna have to get involved too, divine feminine. You're gonna have to come up with some plays too. It ain't just securing the wealth of the divine masculine. You need to grow the wealth of the divine masculine. You need to turn this house into a home. You need to be a model figure for the children, or a model role model for your divine masculine. You need to go over and beyond to make sure that your masculine, as a king, can do his job for the kingdom. Final card is message, masculine going to the future. You got the Nine of Cups. This is dreams coming true, wishes being granted, and miracles. Dreams have to come true. Wishes have to be granted. Miracles have to happen. Why? So you know that God is real, number one. So you know, number two, that you're going in the right direction. And number three, so you know that you can do it again. This is the masculine going to the future. But what the feminine got going on presently is the Six of Wands. This is wins, victories, and celebrations. Kind of the same thing. You got to get some wins. You need victories. You got to have something to celebrate. Why? Number one, so you know you're going in the right direction. Two, so you know that God is listening. You know what I'm saying? And here's you. Here's your plights. Here's your plea. And three, so you can do it again. That's the message that I got. Hope I could be of good use. It's your boy D.Boom. If you need me, holla. We're going to do extended breakdowns after this. If you ain't checked out the astrology readings, please check out your sign. And like I say, specials in tomorrow at midnight. Make sure you book, okay? Because they definitely running out. Holla at your boy. 100.